Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences, raw conversations, one destination for it all. E360 TV.
Here it is. I'm blurry. What? Wait a minute. I'm looking at it on the phone. Yep, I'm blurry. Hold on. You know what? I think all my stuff's breaking at once. Hold on, I'll tell you why. Somebody said if you do that, it doesn't. Oh, I remember. That didn't work. Wait. You know what? It's giving me vertigo. I can't do it. Wait a minute. Camera. I'm going to go from here to here. And then I'm going to go back. Ah, that's funny. Look at that. There. See? Mm-hmm. Now, tell me I'm not techie. I'm excited. There used to be a time I would have had to call my guy to come over for that. Not kidding. I was horrible. But now I'm taking more of a holistic approach. Exactly. So, speaking of holistic approaches, I think holistic approaches are not just that, I hate when people say woo-woo and all that, but the mindset that leads us to things that are better than a better choice. You know what I'm saying? So today's show, we're going to talk about a different kind of approach. We're going to talk about skin. Seriously, I just turned 60, even though I sound like Louise Jefferson at 80. This long COVID thing, I'm dealing with it though. I'm not going to fret. The more I fret, the more I feed it. So I'm just going to do my best and let what is better and greater than me take care of the rest. And when the voice is supposed to come all the way back, it'll be back. Can I get an amen? I mean, it's better than not having any at all, which was a couple weeks ago. So plus on the TV show Heathen, they wrote it in. That's the wonderful thing about television. They just said, okay, fine. You just came off the road from a big tour and your voice is tired. I was like, Love it. So welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. Hats off to you. Welcome my sidekick, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo, the old version, the new one. I like her, but I like you better. This is my original. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So I'm so happy to be here today with you. Primarily because we get to fulfill that promise. I find myself always come up with something new to say. Come up with something. No, that one, the truth never changes. And the truth is, I love coming here because you give me a reason to do my best. That's the fourth agreement. Do your best. And when we come together like this and we share things just comfortably in a sacred space, known as communion, fellowship, it's just a wonderful gift. And I just, the world is getting so distracted, if you will. It's just nice. So thank you for that. That's the bell of purpose. I ring it when there's some truth out there, which is consistently here. And so it's just to remind you to listen up. Don't get too involved with all your side tasks that you miss something that very well could change your life. I know it was that way for me. One day, just minding my own business. It only took one word spoken by one person. And that word was in one sentence, which was in that one paragraph, that together they changed my life. And I hope that for anyone who is seeking change. Can I get an amen? Okay, so she's been here before. See, look, I got my yogurt, I got my banana. It's just spotty enough, right? Right in that in-between spot. These particular ones, Del Monte, I bought these day before yesterday and they were like green. And then yesterday I looked and I was like, good Lord, I wouldn't have bought 6 if I'd have known they were on the Speedy Gonzalez ripening plan. So anyway, never can get it right. You know what I need? You ever seen those things? What are they called? I don't know how to order it. It's a thing that you hang bananas on. Wait, banana hanger? I didn't try that. I put in thing that you hang bananas on and didn't get anything. Help me. So what else? Really nothing. Let's get started. So 4th of July, I turned 60. Who hasn't done this? Oh, wow. Look what I look like without. Look at my skin now. Now, I saw on today's guest Facebook page, Ashley Balza. She said, did I say it right? Balza. Yeah, I think I did. She said, glow like a queen. And they did it again. As soon as I read that, my eyes start batting. Ashley, flattery. Girl, you did not have to, but thank you. Thank you for naming your page Glow Like a Queen. Anyway, who is she? She's a busy mom, this Ashley. She says that she's always had struggles with her skin, and she's here today to show us her favorite products and to demonstrate how to use them. Don't laugh like, duh. How many things do you have on your counter that you ordered and you still don't use them? I don't read directions. Well, I'm getting better at it, but I'm not that good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not consistent with what it says to do. So she's going to help us with that today, hopefully. Let's see. She's going to show us a few of her favorites. She loves are the rejuvenating facial peel, which enhances to enhance that glowing skin. She also keeps those tired eyes. Okay, I might get triggered. Tired eyes. Don't look at me. Quit judging me. Those tired eyes. I can't get past it. Oh my goodness. I should have pre-read this. I would have left that out. Dark circles and puffiness at bay with smooth and firm eye repair gel. Okay, I don't know what's underneath there, but I ain't ready for it. I'm just saying. My self-esteem is going every time I read a line. Ashley, we need to work on that bio, girl. Oh, it's too triggered. Where's my fan? Oh, wait. There's a photo that's been photoshopped. I feel better already. I'm kidding. I don't do Photoshop stuff because I don't want to be lulled into complacency. Okay, so Ashley's coming in. She's been here before, but treat her like a first timer. She's kind of shy. She is. I'm not kidding. She couldn't hang around me. One little thing. No, I think she told me people think she is, but she's not. Something like that. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Here she comes. Ashley, Balls of Skincare Gurus. That's the female version of guru, and I made it up. Hello, skincare gurus.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm bringing you up close since, that means I brought myself up close. I'm good. How are you, skincare with Ashley?
I am fabulous. I'm in a little bit different gear this morning. I was like, oh man, this is like way out of my comfort zone. I don't have makeup on.
Girl, I don't either. Wait a minute. Does eyeliner count? I don't have that on. I want a thing. I want a thing like you have.
What? Oh, I was gonna
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want what you have. I think I could come up with a wait.
I was gonna wear my American flag one, and I'm like, I can't do that. I have to like.
Why didn't you see it was meant?
I had it on, and I was like, I could put this one on.
Well, I'm not that messed up about my head, but this neck, girl, when you told me about this neck cream thing, because I don't want to end up doing this when I'm 70, 60
you want to keep
at all.
On the table and not on your neck.
Thank you. So, Ashley, tell people about, because can I be clear and honest about it? Because, girl, you had a picture you sent me, and it's like all these years in a row. Mm-hmm. And you had your little babies there.
Yeah.
And I was like, is she showing the baby aging? Because, girl, your skin looked fabulous at the beginning. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead. It's your story. Tell it. I'm going to dip out for a second. Go ahead.
So, as a mom of 7 kids, and yes, I birthed 6 of them, and a grandma, I always had a struggle with my skin. From teenage years up until, I'd say, probably 3 years ago. Between dryness, breaking out, and acne or zits, whatever you want to label it as, that would last a week to 2 weeks at a time. Now, my face was not covered in cystic acne, but it was still something that I struggled with, and it brought down my self-confidence. I didn't like being in photos with my kids, and if I was, it was very rare. And I tried multiple different products. I really did. Between what I call the junk products that contain toxic ingredients to natural products, but it still wasn't helping. My skin was very out of
Wait a minute. What do you mean toxic? What were you using? Lye? I'm just saying, don't tell me there's stuff on the store shelves, Ashley, that contain toxic products.
When you look at any acne product that's out there, whether it's something you buy from Walmart, Target, Walgreens, whatever, those ingredients are very toxic to the skin. They're very endocrine disrupting. They leach into the bloodstream, and carcinogenic.
Okay.
Yeah, that type of
sunshine. I'm okay. You're depressing me.
Well, I didn't want that on my skin anymore.
But wait a minute.
As a teen, you don't know any better.
Well, how did you know? What made you go dipping all into the chemistry books of facial products? How did you know?
So when I started massage therapy school back in 2006, we talked about, we had, I believe it was the Chinese medicine class that I had taken. Our instructor talked about toxic products, and there was another class that I had taken, and I cannot remember it for the life of me, but we were talking about natural, like the natural realm, and it got me thinking about the foods that I eat, about the things that I put on my skin. And then as years progressed, when I became pregnant with my first son, I started going to a naturopath who is also my chiropractor. And that really led me on the journey of, okay, I need to wipe out all the things that I'm using in my house, from cleaning products to skincare and body care, hair care, all of those things, to things that don't contain sodium lauryl sulfate or what's the other one?
Sodium who?
SLS. So a lot, that's the short version. Sodium lauryl sulfate is a detergent. That's what makes your products foamy
Oh,
and gives them that like lathery type ingredient, if you will. Um, Things that you also want to avoid are um, now I'm like totally drawing a blank with all of my stuff, but like parabens, and those are plastics. You want to avoid those types of ingredients in your product.
okay.
It coats the skin. It's also endocrine disrupting, so it throws off your hormones.
Oh Lord.
Yes, but
Not hormones. Please, not at this age. Please, I don't need no. Now,
but
this is men
companies,
and women.
yes, it's men and women, but
Because
companies,
guys, no, I'm just saying, when guys hear hormones, they think, oh, it's for women. That's the problem for women. Like, we don't have them, but we do.
yes. And really, a lot of your, I guess, store bought products, those endocrine disruptors, they have artificial estrogens in them. So when you're messing with the estrogen levels, yes. So it's a scary world once you start really learning
Oh my
about
goodness.
those natural products in
Okay.
companies that can greenwash. And I know like this can be
Oh,
touchy because it's like, it's very overwhelming. It really is.
it is.
But it's knowing how to read your labels too. That's one of those things.
Well, we're gonna start out nice and gentle for those of you like me that are a bit skin squeamish. Um, I'm not afraid of the help. It's just those words and stuff that makes it seem so
Scary.
well, that and hard to navigate.
Yeah.
It's like when I first wanted to start losing weight and transforming my body, I was basing that journey on what I saw people do. I would see people in the grocery store standing there reading labels. So I would sit there and pretend like I knew. Well, I know that first ingredient is the one that there's most of, but that's about as far as I get. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. What's this ingredient? And then something inside me clicked, and I said, well, I really want just things that weren't nothing. I don't want anything in my body that was grown in a laboratory.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? If I can't pronounce it, my body probably can't identify it. So that's where I started. So I'm looking for that easy launch pad, if you will, for just the everyday Joe or Josephine to be able to feel comfortable starting and a little bit better informed. So on that note, because you're going to take us through an entire thing today, you're all ready to go from the basement to the top floor. And before we do that, I wanted to share a little clip from two guys that I actually subscribe to their YouTube channel. They have about, I love them, the people love them. They have about 1.7 million subscribers, and they are dermatologists. So Dr. Maxfield and Dr. Shaw are going to tell us three things that they, the top three things that they feel people do wrong as far as their skincare. And I think you'll probably agree, but we'll find out. Let's take a look. This won't take but a couple minutes.
Welcome back to our channel, Doctorly, where we hit you with high-yield skincare information, dermatology content, and medical content. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 mistakes we've seen people make with skincare and how you can avoid them. Here we go. Okay.
And they're both,
First,
they're
let's start
both
with you.
cute.
Can you show them your shoes? Matching.
Right?
Shoes to match the scrubs.
Yeah, my shoes always match my scrubs.
Yeah, you know he's the right one to be talking to you for this.
Mhm.
What's the first thing that you feel like you've seen your patients do?
All right, so if you guys follow me on any of my other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, you know, this is my biggest thing, is that do not use too many new skincare products at the same time. This is super common. And the problem is a lot because companies sell these kits of skincare products that have step 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10. And then you're using 10 new products at the same time. First of all, it's overwhelming. It becomes too much, and then it's hard to stick with it, and you end up giving up. Number 2 problem with that is that if you have an allergic reaction, which is pretty common to have an allergic reaction or too much sensitivity to a new skincare product, you don't know which product caused it, and then you kind of have to scale back on everything and start over, wait for your skin to heal, and it becomes this really laborious process. And so I would say that's my biggest problem is when people use too many new skincare products at the same time. Instead, what I recommend that you do is to just introduce 1, maximum 2 new products at a time, wait a month, and then introduce a new product that helps target your specific skincare concerns.
So the first thing he says to me this morning, Ish, other than like, "You're not here yet." And I said, "Yes, I am. I'm already upstairs. Where are you?" But he says, "I'm using this new product. It's revolutionizing my under eyes." And then he says, "But I don't know which one because I'm using so many things on my face."
Yeah, none of us are perfect. So I actually did say that this morning. Yeah, so I'm using 2 eye creams at the same time, and I don't know which one is having the benefit. So we have to kind of decide later on. We'll talk about this later when we talk about eye cream.
So, okay. The reason I like that clip is that they admitted right there, Dr. Shaw, that he wasn't following his own advice. So I think that's, in my opinion, a great place to start, because so many of us think that we're not capable of doing this the right way. I'm not a scientist. I'm not just too much. I don't have a lot of money. These things are expensive. Guys, it's not for me. Guys, we age, we get better with age. But skin is not just, about the things that are, ego-based, but the condition of it. And later on in life, that has a lot to do with it. So, Ashley, tell us what you're going to take us through today and what kind of products you're going to use to do it.
Okay, so I'm going to take you through exfoliating your skin, because a lot of times we just think, oh, we can cleanse and that's good enough. Or we can just slap on a moisturizer and that'll do. And we forget about the exfoliating part. So one of the things that I want you to be thinking about when you go to sleep at night, your skin is healing. That's when it does its best work. And when you're sleeping, those dead skin cells, they push themselves to the surface of your skin. So if you're battling with dullness, dryness, because let's face it, living in the Midwest, it gets cold. And those skin cells will then clog those tiny little pores, like on your nose, your forehead. I mean, it's your face is a pore magnet, and it will clog those pores. So you'll have that dullness. So today I'm going to show you one of the products that will probably blow your mind to exfoliate gently using papain enzymes, and that's found in unripened papaya. There's also hyaluronic acid, which holds 1,000 times its weight in moisture. So it seals in that moisture, but it also exfoliates those dead skin cells, leaving behind new and fresh, rejuvenating ones. Okay. So, are you ready to see it? You're muted. Where'd you go? Your sound isn't on. Your microphone.
I know. That's because I was pouring coffee and I didn't want you guys to hear it, because you might think I'm peeing because you couldn't say right. I was like, mute it. Right. I have a full cup. See there. I'm telling the truth. No, I was saying, I'm glad I'm hungry, because now you made it sound like some kind of charcuterie tray or something, like, okay, is this, now let's establish this. What age group are you talking about in this demonstration today, or does age not matter?
Age does not matter. My kids will use this and they will exfoliate dead skin off of their face.
Okay.
Let's just put it to the test. Okay, so look at It's orange. And it smells citrusy. Again, there's the papaya. There's pineapple in here.
See? That's why I'm getting hungry.
Aloe is the first ingredient. So I'm going to take my mask brush and I'm going to just dab. Let's get this.
Why can't you just use your fingers?
Okay, so, whoa, that was a lot. So using your fingers, I'm going to use my hand once I get this all on my face.
Oh, that's that's going to fall on your cheek.
I know. You don't want to
Yeah.
glob your fingers in here because your skin and your hands have oils. And that oil can break down the product when you put your hands in there. Plus, you don't want to put any bacteria that could be on your hands in the tub.
All right, now you're scaring me again, but go ahead. So what does that feel like right now? Is it slickery?
It's kind of
water-based?
I like to tell people when you apply this, it's like putting jelly on a piece of toast.
Literally.
Yes. So what happens when you first apply it? It's kind of thick. And then all of a sudden, you're going to feel like you're sweating. It's going to change consistency. And then I'm just going to rub the rest on my hands because that's where I like to use the rest of it. Then once that consistency changes, and I don't know if you can kind of see, it looks like I'm sweating.
Yeah.
All right here. So that is an indication that those fruit enzymes are starting to break down the dead skin cells. So I can start.
You do this every day?
You can do this up to 3 times a week.
Okay.
So I kind of just rub my fingers in a circle and see like, okay, is it ready? And now you're going to start to see, once I get some going here, some momentum, if you will. Look at those little white beads on my fingers.
I see it.
Yes. So once I start rubbing, you're going to start to see more like on my skin. That is my dead skin cells exfoliating off. Look at those chunks. So I just, in a circular motion, go all around my face. Ew, look at that. I just go all around my face. And you can use this. I like to use this on my feet when I have really dry heels. So periodically in summertime, great to use in winter. You can use it anywhere, honestly. Sunburn, babies with cradle cap, you can put this on their head.
Oh, yeah.
A soft bristly brush and just in a circular motion that'll help get that oil buildup off their scalp.
So what's the time frame for getting this part of it done?
Okay, so when I apply this from start to finish, it's about a minute.
Oh, okay.
Putting it on, exfoliating it off. I tell people you can do this really any time of day. I tell people the best time to do this is in the morning before you jump in the shower. You make sure your face is dry. You make sure your hands are dry. And you just put it on, exfoliate your skin off, and then jump right in the shower and then lead into your cleanser, which we're going to do next.
So for a person who doesn't do it in the morning, say it's during lunch or it's at night when they shower or whatever, or is there anything about like if you're going to go to the gym and then come home? And what about guys? Is it safe to do that right after shaving, or should you wait and do it on a day that you're not shaving?
You could do it after you shave.
You can?
Yeah.
Because, after all that, I just wondered.
Yeah. It is gentle enough that you could do it after you shave.
Is that some magic polishing cloth you're using?
No, I'm just getting all of my dead skin off my face.
So let me ask something. If you had a black cloth and you did that dead stuff, would you see it like you saw the white stuff on your hands?
Yep.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Black cloth, Nancy. Yeah, I want to see
so
it.
The only thing, like you mentioned, because right now it's all on my table in front of my computer, like that's sloughed off.
Really?
But when you mentioned going to the gym, so if you go to the gym and then you're going to exfoliate, the only thing I would recommend doing first would be washing your face to get that sweat and that oil off. Because if you have that barrier, it's not going to adhere to the skin well. It would just be like if your hands were wet, like it doesn't activate. So you'd need to get that oil barrier off. And if you have extremely oily skin to begin with, you need to make sure that you're cleansing first to remove that oil barrier. And then you can apply the facial peel and exfoliate.
Let me ask you about something that we actually have upstairs. We don't really use it, but we bought it when we were on some trip or something, or some kiosk in the airport with but salt scrubs.
I would say safe for the rest of the body.
Not on your face.
Yes, not the face.
Okay, so what about those exfoliants where it's granular? Is it possible to do it too hard?
That you can damage the skin?
Yeah, when you're trying to, because I mean, I'm like, you think I'm like sanding something so I can paint it.
Yeah. LeBry does have a face and body scrub that does have almond and walnut shell in it. And that's what makes it have that grainy type texture, but it's super gentle. You don't want to use an exfoliator like that on your face if you have acne, if you have any like pustules, if you will, because it'll break those open and spread the bacteria on your face and more breakouts. So it really depends. And it's important to know too, you need to be using products that are right for your skin type. Oftentimes we just go to Walmart, we go to Target, we grab whatever, we're mixing a whole bunch of product lines together. And then we're wondering, okay, my skin is super oily here. Oh no, I'm broken out down here, or I'm dry throughout my nose area. It's because those chemical makeups and those ingredients in those products are all different. So your skin doesn't know how to differentiate between those ingredients and those molecular structures. So it's confused.
Okay.
And confused skin ends up a hot mess. So it's important to be using the same products for your skin. Now, your body care, that's a totally different story. Your hair care, totally different story. But your face confuses very easily. So you need to make sure that you're consistent in the product line all the way through. So that's why those systems or sets or kits are important, because especially with LeBry, it builds on each other. So the products in a cleanser will help set your skin up to receive the next step and the next step.
Right.
So then you get the maximum benefit of what you're looking for.
Okay.
So when we talk cleanser, I use a deep pore cleanser because my skin is very blemish prone. If I use something that is too rich in, say, a hyaluronic acid, or too rich in a specific moisturizing ingredient, my skin will break out. So I need to use something that helps keep that at bay, and that is a deep pore cleanser. So oily skin.
Okay, wait. Okay. But you seem to have so much knowledge, and you're talking like a scientist. But for a person who, where does a person find out those intricate things? Like, I need this to balance that. Who helps with that? Is there some test, like a litmus thing, or you put it on and says, oh, you have this? How do you know?
So if you contact me directly, either Facebook message, send me an email, I can ask you a series of questions. So to determine, okay, if you have, say, normal to oily skin, okay, are you just T-zone oily? We call your forehead and your nose your T. Are you T-zone oily? Are you all over oil, whereby, breakfast, you could fry an egg on your forehead? That we consider severely oily or excessively oily. Then there's a specific cleanser you would use for that. If you're just that T-zone oily and you're blemish prone, so you get breakouts, you know, forehead, wherever, then you do more of that like deep pore type cleanser. Now, if you don't get blemishes and your skin is dry, then you're more of like a gentle. That's a normal to a gentle cleanser. If your skin is super tight and it feels really dry, almost like it's wintertime all year round, then you would be more of the extra dry. And we base that off of the moisturizer that we then set you up with. Also on my website, there is a skin analyzing quiz that you can take. And you take a selfie, you answer a series of questions, you take a selfie, and then it analyzes and scans your face. It determines, okay, do you have dark circles? Do you have bags under your eyes? What does your texture look like? What is the radiance of your skin? And it goes through and it scores your face. So there's a few different ways that we can determine, okay, what are the products that are best for your skin type? And I love it because when I have a customer that says, okay, I've purchased, say, deep pore, but now I'm still experiencing dryness. Okay, great. Let's tweak your moisturizer first before we tweak the entire system. So I typically will follow up with people like start day 3, maybe a week into using their skincare. I see how their skin is adjusting because you will go through an adjustment period, especially when starting a new skincare routine. Your skin will flush, and flushing is all of those impurities that are hiding under the surface in those deep layers will flush forward. So you might experience some breaking out. You might experience some clogged pores or blackheads because your skin is doing a flush job. It's got to clean it out. Your skin is a detoxifier. So anything that's going on internally will show up on the skin.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you, that stuff, that blue stuff,
Yes.
So are you going to use, did you put that on yet?
I did not. I'm going to do that right now.
And while you're putting that on,
it's a gel.
Okay. It's a gel. Okay.
Yep.
So now you're putting that on after you did now I should say for you all, clearly Ashley knows a little bit about what she's saying because never would, and people have a hard time believing that you're 77 years old.
You're funny.
I'm kidding. Well, can you imagine though, if she wasn't, we'd all be ordering, sign me up. Right. But okay, go on. So what are you feeling right now with that on? Anything?
So the cleanser, it's just like a gel cleanser. Men use this to shave. The deep pore cleanser is a great shave gel.
Oh, and is this stuff you're showing us for people of color? Anybody, is it one size fits all?
All people with skin can use it. And
Right.
you've got skin, so you're good to go. Our men love to use, like I said, the deep pore for like a shave gel. And you can get a twofer for that. You're shaving your face and cleansing it at the same time. So how cool is that? I use it as a shave gel for my legs.
Does your husband use it?
No, he does not. He's like you. He's got very little hair. And he actually uses the shampoo. I tell him all the time, dude, use the deep pore cleanser. He's like, no, I'm fine. I don't want to use a whole bunch of products, but he does use our shampoo.
Exactly. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, girl, I could have been made a shake at the health club already.
And once you get into a routine, it really doesn't take that long. It doesn't. It takes me like 3 minutes to do everything I need to from start to finish. And that includes doing a peel.
A peel?
The facial peel, the orange one. So I can do the facial peel, my cleansing routine in 3 minutes, and I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 steps. Now, I have a few other things that I wanted to show you. And typically, I do not do these 2 in the same day. But this bad boy right here is our tightening facial mask. I'm going to do it on half my face because if I do it on my whole face, I'm not going to be able to talk and I'm going to look like cement face. And I know you're going to ask me questions that I won't be able to answer.
I love masks. They're so much fun.
Well, this one, forehead lines. Any sagging in the skin. 11s in the forehead.
11s.
Yep. The 11.
You know what? I'm leaving. I'm not kidding.
Hey, you don't know what you don't know. And now I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so this has comfrey in it as well. So this is very healing to the face for inflammation. Of course, now my hair is in the way. So I apply this. I don't have a mirror either, so bear with me, guys, because I'm literally using my computer as my mirror. I'm going to go all the way across my forehead, though, if I can get my hair out of the way. In an upward motion. So now I'm going to let this dry. You want to avoid the eye area with this one, though, because of the tightening effect once it starts to dry. Okay, so we've got that going. Okay, so now that's going to dry. And as that dries, you're going to see kind of a lift happen when we compare the two sides of my face. So this side right here has none on it. This is the mask side, and then my entire forehead. So
how long does it take?
This mask takes about 10 minutes or so to dry, like especially when it's on the full face. You don't want to gop it on too thick either, but you also don't want to have it too thin where it just instantly like dries right away. You want to kind of go in and even. That's why I use this beautiful mask brush. It's like a paintbrush on this end. And then you can just, bless you, paint it on.
Let me ask you something. So for parents, guardians, adults who have young people in their life, kids, you know, these things can be costly. Let's just keep it real. They can be, especially when you got to maintain it. So it's not like, let's talk about if you want to give somebody a gift, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you think about it. Is it really a disservice, Ashley, to give you know, shouldn't you get what I'm saying? If a person doesn't know how to use it or this and the other. So when we're trying to help somebody is what I'm saying. And we say, well, let me invest and give them a starter kit or whatever. What should come with it so that they have the best chance of success?
So I always tell people, especially like you can see it's starting to dry, but it's getting harder for me to talk out of both sides of my mouth. But I always tell people when you're going to start with the trio. That's what we call it. It is a cleanser, it is a freshener or like a toner, and it is a moisture lotion. Those are the three basic pieces, especially for budget and like the most success for somebody new, especially like teenagers. You don't want to throw a whole bunch of products at a teenager because most likely they're not going to use it. So starting with those basics is what I recommend.
But so Ashley, do you wear makeup?
I do, not very often, because I've got that confidence in my skin again. But if we go out somewhere, I'll put makeup on. Once in a while to church, I'll put makeup on. Every Thursday, I do a live makeup video. Every Friday, I let my kids do my makeup. That's slightly terrifying. But I love to have them integrate with what I'm doing. So it gets a little crazy. They put lipstick all over my face. It's maddening, but I'm just like, have at it, kids. Like, I'm your canvas today. Like, go for it. Okay, so this is like,
Yeah.
This is getting to the point, like you see the difference, like how lifted this side is. This is the side, of course, you got my hair in there, but this is the side that I masked. And this
Yeah.
side,
It's obvious.
yeah, like it lifts. So
So
that
what's
is,
actually happening right now
so
with
it's
the skin? What's happening? What's it doing?
drying and my skin is tightening. So it's activating those muscles in my face to give it that natural lift experience. So it's still a little damp right around my mouth. But when you put this on your whole face, you can feel your pulse like in your face when it tightens. So that's why you want to avoid the eye area, because you don't want your eyes to like pull, because when you pull and tug at the corners of your eye, you create wrinkles and then you create those crow's feet. You don't want that.
No.
So, yeah. So then all I do once this is fully dry, all I do is I just take my washcloth and I just wipe it off. So I'll get that wet and we just go like that.
So, Ashley, I used to see in the commercials when it came to doing that part, they would always go and splash water off their face as if, and then they just, some people
Yeah,
just
dry it. Yeah.
Yeah. Is
You
there
can do that. You can do that too, but of course, like I can't be at my sink. So
Right.
but no, you can very well do that as well. I will sometimes I'll put the mask on and then I'll jump in the shower and I'll let the water wipe it down or rinse it off, whatever. And you'll know like after you wipe it, okay, did I get everything? Because sometimes you'll feel kind of crunchy in your eyebrows or like the hairline because
Yeah.
some of it got in your hair. So then you're just like, okay, I didn't get all that. So then you just re-wipe it and it's good to go.
So what about this area?
Oh, the
Trouble
neck.
for a lot of people.
The neck. Okay, so here's the beautiful thing. You can use this on your neck too. But when you are applying anything to the neck, you want to go in an upward motion. You never want to go down because you're helping gravity then. Gravity can do its own thing. You don't want to go in the downward motion. I can still feel facial mask along my chin. So you always want to go in that upward motion. And this is what you want to use, this neck firming cream. And it does not require a lot.
So wait a minute. Now, that's not something you hear a lot about. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen neck cream in the store. They always say that there used to be, they said there was nothing you could do about your neck, not even with plastic surgery.
Yeah. Well, the owner of Labri, she works with the scientists that she's been working with since they started the company. So almost 25 years. She is a firm believer if the product doesn't do what it says it's going to do, she refuses to market it. She doesn't follow the trends of the skincare industry. She goes by proven ingredients, plant-based, that will do what they say they're going to do. So our neck cream is legit one of the wow products. People can use it like on the, what is it? The, what do they call it?
Cleavage. I don't
Well,
know. The breastplate. I don't.
There's a specific word for it, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But they'll
This
use
area.
it here. So when you get, if you have like advanced sun damage, you know how some women you'll see like the lines even up here, kind of going into that breast area, and you've got that aging sign, those wrinkles. So what you want to do is apply from that point up. Let me see if it's on the back of here.
Ashley, while you're looking at that,
The décolleté. That's what it's called.
ooh, that sounds like some bedroom, some kind of clothing. So, real quick though, because I don't want to forget this one, and we got 10 minutes. When it comes to sunscreens, because people of color, we think we don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
talk about that just for a second about, and do you have a recommendation? What sunscreen do you put on your children?
I don't.
You don't put any? What?
Mm-mm. Okay, so this is
Oh, here we
where
go.
I will be honest. This is where I struggle because for me, I know my skin needs the sun to produce vitamin D within my body.
Yeah.
And if you put sunscreen on, you're blocking your body's ability to produce vitamin D. And not only that, but
But that's
store-bought sunscreens are so toxic. So toxic. So if I'm putting sunscreen on, I will put sunscreen on. Labri has a SPF 30 moisture lotion you can use on your face, but I will use sunscreen on my shoulders. Like if I'm cutting the lawn, I will have sunglasses on. I will put it on my face if I know I'm going to be outside. If we go to the beach, I will put sunscreen on them, and I just use the Labri sunscreen. They also have like a another tube, like they manufacture a sunscreen as well. But I use the oil-free sunscreen moisture lotion for the face, all over the body. But typically, my kids don't have sunscreen on.
okay, because here's the deal too. Having had a multi-level career in the wellness industry, not mine was, supplements and healthy things. Yeah, when I was a distributor, you bet I used everything Herbalife. I still do. But for the average consumer who is not doing a business with the products or whatever, be honest. I think most of us, it's like, okay, I'll get your spritzer and this, that, and the other to do those things, but I'll go get some what's it called? Banana boat or some copper tone or whatever. They've worked all this time. I grew up on it. I'm still here. This and the other. Plus, there is the argument, Ashley, that yeah, our skin needs vitamin D, but it would also need vitamin D from a sun that had some protection between it called an ozone layer, which we don't have much of anymore. So what about that?
I would say if you're going to get a store-bought sunscreen, look for something that is natural with as least ingredients as possible. Because sunscreen, which yes is like you're talking sunscreen, but
Yes.
rise of skin cancer, and this is my opinion, the rise of skin cancer that we see is because of the toxic ingredients in the sunscreen.
Oh my.
Now, don't shoot me, but that is my opinion, and based off of like my naturopathic doctor talking about sunscreens and that kind of thing. Like I struggle with the sunscreen boat, I'll be honest. I really do. So you just have to do what's best for you, and like I said, find something that is on that natural side. You can look on Amazon. There's multiple brands of organic sunscreen, if you will, out there. I don't recommend a banana boat, or like I don't. I struggle. Look at the ingredients. And if you're like, I don't know how to read a label, okay, do a quick Google search about an ingredient and it will tell you the information on it. And if
Okay.
yeah.
Excuse me, here's something from the other side of the table.
Okay.
It has to do with eyes.
Oh.
We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Cucumbers. It's positive when they put cucumbers on people's eyes. So why? So there's somebody saying, why would I spend $40 on that little eye thing she's got when a cucumber lasts me a whole week?
So actually, this has cucumber in it because cucumber has a lot of water. It's hydrating. So aloe and cucumber, it really doesn't have a smell, but this is very cooling and soothing to those eyes to give that hydration. So when you see like puffiness, you see those like crow's feet, the dark circles, it is your eyes aren't hydrated, because a lot of your products will tell you avoid the eye area. Well, why are you telling me to avoid the eye area? Because there's skin here too, right?
I just
And
thought they meant don't get it in your eyes.
well, right. But eye gel, you want to put all over the eyes, and you don't
Okay.
want to pull, you want to tap so you can bring that blood flow to the surface.
Well, excuse me, easier said than done. When your eyes are tight, you can't help pulling it when it's, what are you supposed to do? Hold it there? I'm
No,
just saying, my stuff's loose, girl.
you just tap. Now, if you have a more matured eye,
I like
then
the way you
we
do that.
have an eye cream. And actually, this is in an airless pump now. So it's in a pump like
More mature eye. In other words, if you're over 50,
actually, I think this one says over 45.
oh, see.
45 and over, I believe. But
At
this
what
one,
age do the eyes start developing the
so
bags and stuff, the drop?
your collagen production starts to reduce by age 18 already. You're starting to reduce your collagen. By 35, that's typically, so my age, that's typically when you start noticing the aging in the eyes. So it's never too early to start an eye cream, gel, any kind of anti-aging for the eyes. It is never too early for that. That's why you want to make sure you're wearing sunglasses so you're not getting that advanced aging in the eyes.
Okay.
Or like a hat so you're protecting the eye area. But those crow's feet typically will start to develop because you're tugging at the eye. When you tug, or you're rough around that eye area, you're going to get those fine lines or those crow's feet. But the eye cream will help with that elastin production and the bags. So the eye cream is for those bags, almost like those water sacs under the eyes. It's because of the reduced elastin. So it's starting to sag the skin. So eye cream.
One of the things the doctors said in one of the episodes I was watching a while back, excuse me, is that they said one of the things that they recommend before starting any product is that you have checked it out, that the product line has proven scientific evidence that it works.
Yes.
So explain what that means and where do you go to find this proven scientific evidence they were speaking of? Is that on the bottle?
Honestly, the best scientific evidence that you're going to see that's working is testimonies.
Isn't that opinion?
Well, when you're looking at a before and you're looking at an after, a side by side of somebody who's been using the product.
Yeah, but they got Photoshop and stuff and filters nowadays. How does one know?
You'll tell by the lighting. And you can tell, honestly, you can tell when somebody has some kind of filter on. I am one who always, I'll turn towards the window and I will take a, natural lighting before, a natural lighting after. You want the lighting to be, no filter. Yeah. You want that lighting to be spot on. So then you can really compare. And then when you take an after you've been using the product, you take a, photo in the same lighting, same facial expression.
Right.
That to me speaks volumes more than, okay, I'm going to read some kind of scientific document.
Before we got 1 minute left, I want to make sure people know how to reach you. What's the best place to go to, Ashley, to find out more about not just what you're doing, but the skincare line at LoveRye?
I would say go to skincarewithashley.com. Now, I know we talked about that last time, and if you have specific firewall settings on your computer, it may not pop up. So you can search for my name on Facebook and then just get in contact with me, and I can direct you where to go for that. And just search Ashley Balza. Make sure there's no E in it. Because, again, firewalls and security settings on computers, sometimes that skincarewithaShley.com does not pop up. And, again, it's ASHLY. So make sure you're typing that in the correct.
Perfect. Last question real quick. We are out of time, unfortunately, but it's been great. Ballpark figure what a person should allocate if they're going to get started on a decent skincare regimen. How much should they expect to spend a month for a reasonable product to use consistently?
If you're going to do a trio, I'd say set aside $75 and your products last 3 to 6 months. So
Okay.
if you're going through a cleanser once a month or a month and a half or so, a cleanser, I'd say set aside about $20, $25, just ballpark to be on the high side.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. We're going to drop Ashley's connectors into the comment section, the conclusion here in just a moment. But also it's in all the promos out there. Just click on her name and get over and check all things out, Ashley. Thank you so much. Before we go, excuse me, today I have a joke for you. Thanks to Alexa and my husband, Brian. He just thought it was so funny, but I kind of do too. So what did the cow say to the chicken? Here it goes. Oh, my friend, you look under the feather. You might want to go home and recoup. Love it. Listen, laughter is the best medicine, but if you find yourself getting laugh lines, you might want to check out Ashley and the wonderful line of products that she represents. Listen, meet me out front tomorrow morning, God willing, at 8 a.m. Central, and we'll do it all over again. We do everything from spirit to skin here. It's all about having those conversations that matter. Now get out there today and be the very best you can be. Make sure that you leave everything and everyone you meet just a little bit better than the way you found them, like you've done for us today, Ashley. God bless. Thank you so much. All the best to you and your wonderful family. We'll see you next time. Thanks again. You guys, see you tomorrow for your next episode of Bathrobe Moments.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign.